Muy buenas chicos, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estáis? Bienvenidos a un nuevo capítulo de la serie de Final Fantasy XVI aquí en el canal de SIKOGames. Si recordáis, ayer luchamos contra Titán en un combate épico de Icons y que me pareció... sinceramente me dejó sin palabras. Ahora, sin más dilación, nos piden que volvamos a la guarida sin tomar ningún desvío. Como podéis ver, solo podemos volver a la guarida, así que vamos para allá. Qué épico el combate. Me dejó sin palabras. O sea, yo no me podía creer lo que estaba viendo. Fue algo de locos. Vamos a ver qué sucede por aquí. Vale, no, pues parece que de momento todo está muy tranquilo, ¿eh? Nuevas ilusiones. Vale, tendremos que ir a hablar con Otto, contarle que hemos destruido un cristal y que hemos acabado con Hugo Kupka. Titán is no more. Qué combatito, qué combatito. Qué personajazo es Clive, qué persona... En verdad, el juego... No sé por qué tuvieron que darle tan a fuego a la creación de personajes épicos, pero desde luego no pudieron evitar hacer de los mejores personajes de la saga Final Fantasy. Vamos a hablar aquí con Otto, también está Jill, veo, y Gab. Están todos reuniditos, a ver qué nos cuentan.
Glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more. Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movement since I've been away? Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian. Thank you. I will.
Vale, pues vamos a hablar con Vivian a ver qué nos cuenta. ¿Qué nos cuenta de...? Ya sabéis que Vivian es nuestra experta.
And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave, as did his men, slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
Cómo le gusta un buen mapa a Vivian, ¿eh? Cómo le gusta a ella un buen mapa. Quedan dos, solamente.
The kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Vale, pues nos toca hacer de mensajeros, chicos. Vamos a hablar con la peña para decirles que Kupka está... Ha cerrado sesión, Kupka. Unas cuantas secundarias por aquí. Ya las haré fuera de stream, chicos, para que no tengáis que ver la chapita, por así decirlo. Que ya sabéis que, como siempre digo, quiero traeros el medallón. Todo lo bueno del chuletón. Vamos a hablar primero con Arpócrates, a ver qué nos comenta. Nunca he hablado con este tío.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with
Pero
good
¿y estos
reason,
niños?
too. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go,
Joder.
put away your thing.
Vamos a celebrar que ha muerto una persona, ¿no?
Brilliant.
Era un hijo puta, las cosas como son. Y por turbio que parezca, merecido.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Perfecto. Arpócrates no ha encontrado ni vainas. Pero bueno, vamos a hablar con Caron y con Blackthorn. Primero vamos a hablar con nuestra tendera de confianza. A ver si se pone emocional. Caron, mira, te comento.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though.
Vale, pues esta no ha sido tan chapa como Arpócrates. No sé decir Arpócrates bien. No sé decir Arpócrates. Difícil.
Do you have a moment? What is
Nunca,
it? I'm busy.
nunca tiene un momento.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
Correcto.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Madre de Dios. Qué emoción, qué emocional se ha puesto.
Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Blackthorn, espera, antes de salir. What do you need? What do you need? Artífice mejorada. Y puedo... La artífice superior necesito meteorito y collar de huesos. Vale, pues... Es la mejor espada que puedo... La ultiolítica... Ultiolítica, esa es. Esta la puedo...
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
El artífice superior...
My best work, but it'll do.
Ahora ya estamos en un momento de... Que me puedo fabricar... mira, los diamantinos superiores, tú. O sea, de... No tengo diamantinos. No. Los brazaletes diamantinos no me los puedo ni fabricar. Ni mejorar siquiera, tío. Pero ni... Mira, estos sí que me los puedo hacer. O sea, no me los puedo hacer aún. Necesito Jijirokane, que no lo tengo aún. Lo intentaré conseguir por ahí. Lo he dicho, chicos. Intentaré mejorar un poquitín la equipación antes de... Pues eso, antes de seguir con la principal. Esto es como una especie de katana, ¿no? Ahora llevo como una especie de... La hoja es como de katana. Me gusta. A ver. Sí, es una hoja... No, más bien curva. No es tanto katana. Yo diría que ya se va a sable. Más bien un sable.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
Sí, he estado de recadero. Un poquito de recadero sí que he estado.
So, the professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down at that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Vale, pues vamos a hablar con Mid. Recordemos, la hija de Cid. El primer Cid. No es por aquí, obviamente, no es por aquí. Estará en su taller. ¿Y cuántos loguitos, cuántos iconitos de que tengo cositas nuevas para hacer, chicos? ¿Qué es eso de ahí? Una persona lavando algo. Siempre está aquí al sol. No haces nunca nada. Siempre estás ahí mirando las musarañas. Mid, mira, te comento. ¿Querrá venir? ¿No querrá venir? No lo sé. A ver en qué está trabajando. Mid.
Right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise.
Entendí esa referencia.
Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I was hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Madre de Dios. El recadero, tú. Estamos yendo de aquí para allá. Qué poquica vergüenza tiene esta gente, macho. No hacen más que mandarnos faena. Faena y más faena. Estoy seguro de que se puede ir. Voy a intentar ir por el otro lado, va. Que se puede, vaya. Claro que se puede. Ah, qué bonito todo. Aquí están los chiquillos aprendiendo sus movidas. Y la musiquilla me encanta, Me encanta la musiquilla. Transmite una calma y una paz y una quietud que es que me produce lágrimas, vaya. Podría llorar perfectamente. A ver, herrerillo.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Nunca me acuerdo de que le tengo que dar al lo que le tengo que dar. Obviamente me han dado una cosa para que se lo dé. Hostia. Vale, eso ha sido una buena blasfemia.
I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
All right.
El recadero me voy a hacer yo.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them.
Ya os lo he dicho
There's
yo.
a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. We can get this over with.
Me cago en la Virgen. Perdón por la blasfemia. Venga.
You going after this? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
¿Con quién vamos? Que venga conmigo Otto. Y que Gab se vaya a buscar los materiales.
Otto, you're with me.
All right then. Where do we find this stardust, and how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sackloads of the stuff. Might be worth hiring porters at the Dalimil Inn. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
You two take care, eh? I'll go and see this supplier.
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, eh?
He wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. Isn't he?
Best of luck.
Madre de Dios. Agencia de recaderos, ¿eh? La cuadrilla de recaderos. Vámonos para allá. ¡Nos fuimos! Tiempos de carga inexistentes. Menos de 3 segundos estoy en el mapa en cuestión. Y ahora toca patear. Toca patear desierto, macho. En fin. Menos mal que tenemos a nuestro... A nuestra confiable ambrosía. ¡Faster! Seguir el río. Mira, aquí está. ¿Cómo se baja? ¿Cómo se baja? Vale. Ya está.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with this stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
Hala, a recoger arena, tú. La Virgen, chaval. El lagartillo este. Qué chulo. En fin, hay que recoger una arena negra. Bueno, supongo que será esta, ¿no?
So this is stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Madre de Dios, el recadero. Después de luchar contra Titán en la pelea más épica de la historia, estoy haciendo una misión de recoger polvo estelar. Que no deja de ser arena. ¡Arena! Estoy recogiendo arena. Aquí hay otra. Aquí arriba habrá más. Quiero entender. O tal vez no. Ahí va. Esa frenada no te ha salido bien, Clive. Mira ahí. Venga, vámonos para allá. ¿Y Otto qué ha hecho? Mientras nosotros estábamos cargando arena, él habrá preparado el carromato, ¿no? ¿Cómo va eso? No, pues está aquí doblando el lomo el tío.
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Venga. 5 polvo estelar. Poco...
More than me.
Joder.
Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk?
A dar un paseo, tío. Qué bonitas son las termas, eso sí es verdad, ¿eh?
Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoiled little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Yo, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Sid did.
Qué bonitas palabras se han dedicado. Y ahora a seguir recogiendo arena, va.
About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Ok, pues tocará volver a la guarida, creo yo.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Pues para allá que nos vamos. Ya nos han salido unas cuantas misiones, ¿eh? Veo por aquí que han salido unas cuantas misioncillas, chicos. Así que serán hechas, serán hechas. Cuando creo que para el siguiente capítulo veréis que ya está todo hecho y apañado. Vamos a ver si nos prepara el tubo el disipador de calor, básicamente. ¿Qué es lo que es? Un disipador de calor. Blackthorn, que hay que fabricar el disipador.
Blackthorn, got everything you need.
Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Misión cumplida. ¿Puede ser que este haya sido el capítulo más vibrante de la serie? ¿Es posible que hayamos vivido el capítulo más vibrante de la serie?
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Estoy vibrando, ¿eh? No, espero que no hayáis parpadeado, porque si habéis parpadeado seguramente algo os habréis perdido. Nada, chicos, vamos a dejar el capítulo de hoy por aquí. En el próximo hablaremos con Mid para que nos cuente un poquito cuáles son sus planes con el barco, que ya tenemos el trabajo comenzado. Y a ver qué nos depara el siguiente capítulo. Hoy, recadero, Clive el recadero. Espero que os haya molado el vídeo. Nos vemos en el siguiente. Un abrazo. ¡Chao!